Plant-based nutrition is really a very important sector of the market when we look 3 to 5 years ahead. We see that people are experimenting much more with non-meat based diets and with more of a flexitarian positioning to their nutrition. And as a business that is very interested in if you like, filling the nutritional gaps in people's diets, then we want to actually ensure that we have the right products to satisfy those consumer needs. So either in the case of classic dairy alternatives, such as oat-based milk alternatives or almond-based, through to milk and fruit juice blends or spoonable yogurts, those types of product solutions. So plant-based nutrition is helpful and important from a supplier-based perspective, because it also allows them to claim reduced water usage or various environmental gains versus perhaps a traditional dairy product. The key drivers are really, regarding the demand for plant-based, are really around this idea of people becoming more purpose-driven in their needs. So rather than kind of imagining what a product or a brand might say about them in terms of projecting an image of them, they are much more concerned in being consistent with their own, if you like, internal ideologies. And I mean, this is a relatively new idea, but when we look at the Generation Zs and the Millennials, it very much seems to be the kind of ethos that is driving their actual shopping. The idea of personalised nutrition isn't a new one, and when we look at the response of millennials and Generation Z to the craft movement, we can see that that's something that's very much in demand. I guess the challenge there is, as you scale up from being a craft manufacturer, at what point do you become part of the establishment? And we can see that perhaps in some cases in the brewing industry, where small kind of challenging businesses grow to an extent where all of a sudden their products are really staple items on the shelves of retailers, and it's about how those guys manage to keep their ethos and their credibility, whilst actually becoming a big business in their own right. Clean label itself is a very interesting area. For Döhler, it's part of our DNA. We are a natural food and ingredients business. The challenges here come with what consumers are prepared to accept. So for instance, and you tend to get these dichotomies, so for instance in terms of reducing sugar in products, either to avoid the sugar tax or genuinely to promote healthier eating, you're tending to actually introduce either artificial ingredients such as sweeteners, or you're having to rely on slightly more expensive flavour modification technology. For us, we would like to think that over time we'll be able to adjust the sweetness threshold and perception of consumers, so that we are able to deliver still that great tasting experience, but in a way that's nutritionally much more beneficial. And again, we have components and products that we can sell that actually help to fill out that nutritional gap that we sometimes find in soft drinks. Often soft drinks are accused of providing empty calories or being nutritionally redundant. And we would take a view that, again, over the next 3 to 5 years, the market will change in that direction, and we'll be part of that movement.